Mariners 3, Guardians 4. On Saturday, the Mariners gifted the Guardians a chance back into this series and went right back to 500, which they've done so many times in the month of June. Welcome to the Dom Skiing Channel, your one-stop shop for the Mariners storylines on Seattle's minds. And this has been the 500 month. It's been the hovering, the beginning of the month, you're hovering around, you're getting, a couple games over 500, then you get a couple game, then you keep reverting back to it. I don't know if the Mariners have actually gone under 500 this month. I mean, maybe my memory is just incredibly short-sighted right now, but it keeps happening. The Mariners win and then go back to 500, and then they get two games over. Oh, we're finally escaping it, and then they lose the next series, and then they're back to 500. And not to belabor the point too much, but now we're in the second half of the season. It's game 84. Game 85 just started today. And I mean, that determines whether the Mariners are going to be either a winning or losing team at the end of the day. They're not going to be 500 today. That's all I can guarantee you. Unless, as it happened a couple years ago, this game in Cleveland gets rained out or something like that and completely delayed to be made up at a later date. That would be pretty crazy. Anyway, in this game on Saturday, Logan Gilbert, 7 strong innings, allows 7 hits, but 7 strikeouts, no walks, 8 hard hits on 103 pitches, ends up giving up 4 earned runs. So the end product for the Guardians was there despite Logan Gilbert. 16 swinging strikes on 103 pitches. Everything is working for Logan Gilbert right now. And what's going on with his four-seam fastball is actually pretty ridiculous. Shout out to Lance Brozdowski. He had a really good YouTube short on this. I got to go back and check that out. But what Logan Gilbert has done with his four-seam fastball is he is optimized for spin. He's not optimizing for velocity anymore. You might say, "Oh, Logan's velocity is down." Well, he hasn't been optimizing for velocity. He's been optimizing for spin, and the spin on Logan Gilbert's fastball. It's pretty insane. Also, like last night, all the pitching ninja graphics, obviously for Logan Gilbert, have always been good, but the pitcher list, the pitch profiler, all that stuff, awesome. And Logan Gilbert was originally scheduled to be piggyback in this game. Funny that he doesn't, and then he ends up going 7 innings, and truth be told, I was busy. I had some obligations. I didn't get to watch this game, and so I'm just looking at the data and seeing it as numbers on the screen. I'm not seeing. Here's what I'm seeing. I'm not seeing. Logan Gilbert really pitched, well, or really, he didn't pitch that well, but he got these amazing results. 87.1 mile an hour average exit velocity, despite 8 hard hits on 103 pitches. And yeah, that four-seam fastball, what you want to look at here is the fact that 206 RPMs of spin more than he usually has. The 17 inches of induced vertical break still. And then the velocity was also up to 97.1. So the funny thing about this is, his, he looked like the best pitcher in baseball yesterday, according to Pitch Profiler's Pro Pitching Plus. They had him at 131. Kyle Harrison graded next at 121. So, despite the 4 runs and stuff. So, you look at Logan Gilbert, it's like, he's way, way into the elite category with his fastball right now. The stuff is up here. And somehow he still gave up 4 earned runs and the Mariners lost the game. Because, on the other side, Slade Cecconi, how many times have we seen this recently with the Mariners? 6 scoreless innings, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts and 2 walks, 5 hard hits on 87 pitches. Mariners allow a quality start because, even without striking out very much, even against guys who don't strike out many of the hitters they face, and that's not even their game plan. As the Mariners right now facing Chase DeLauter for the first time since that first series of the season. Man, he cooled down since that. He's 263 hitting right now. This is his first at bat off the injured list, actually. But back to yesterday's game, right? Then you have Jose Ferrer, who gives you the 8th inning and was the only reliever you needed to use, luckily. You still gave the pen a night off, except for Ferrer. You still... this was like a really winnable game, obviously. again, I'm not going to waffle about a game I didn't watch. I'm not going to go out and here and waffle on and on and on about who worked hard and who tried hard and stuff like that. But I am going to look at the data, say Logan Gilbert performed. I mean, his stuff is performing as well as it has this entire year, maybe as well as it ever has. 11 swing strikes on 57 four-seam fastballs, 324 sliders, 2 on 15 splitters. Like, there's a lot here. Then the changeup is in there too, which for the second straight start in a row, I think, has no whiffs, but sets up the splitter to get quite a few. And that's really what it looks like for Logan Gilbert. He looks like an absolute ace, top 5 starting pitcher potential. I mean, he can work his way up there into like that Schlittler and Mizorowski range, which I know sounds a little bit crazy if you're looking on, above the surface. But when you look below the surface, it's like this start, even though he gives up 4 runs, let's say this is the last time I'll say it, makes him look like the sky is the limit for how good he can be the rest of the season. Like that's stuff that ALCS MVP, would put out there. Here's a bold prediction for you right here on June 28th. I'm going to predict that, we're 84 games into the year. I'm gonna say that Logan Gilbert wins your ALCS MVP, getting the Mariners into the World Series, pitching several times in that series. I mean, you saw what Yamamoto did last year. I do think that's the type of talent we're talking about, Logan Gilbert. A little bit, different style, but that's where we're at. Slade Ciccone, on the other hand, there's this recipe to cook the Mariners and get them to just look exactly how you want them. And 8 swing strikes and 87 pitches from Slade Ciccone was done with 6 different pitches. The sinker and the cutter are the ones that he decides to use primarily. And it's usually been 4-seam cutter, but the Mariners hit the 4-seam well. So you swap that out and kind of use the sinker more. Also, it looks like you wanted to use that one to the lefties. Actually, use the sinker and the 4-seam more to the lefties. And the 4-seam was about even, 15%. And then the sinker, you actually threw it to the righties more. I was just looking at I wasn't even looking at the percentages. But the cutter is the one that you only throw to the lefties. And that cutter, no swinging strikes, on only 5 swings, but then 5 called strikes on 15 non-swings. So something about this cutter, I do think that there's something here the Mariners need to look at where, I mean, you're seeing it the most of anybody, or the 4th most, what is it? You're seeing the most cutters in the MLB, and you're hitting it the 4th worst of any team. I think like that's the clearest disparity in one pitch type. Like the one pitch that I pinpoint right now for the Mariners, that's the problem. It's not even the slider or the curveball, it's the cutter. And then he also had the 2 swinging strikes on 15 curveballs, which Joey Cantillo went over 50% curveball on Friday. And then, I mean, Gavin Williams he usually goes about 23% curveball. He's going to use that against the Mariners today. And then 83.2 mile an hour average exit velocity, just 5 hard hits on 87 pitches. This is the recipe for make the Mariners beat themselves. And I mean, we've seen it several times over the last couple of years. It's a swing and miss team. It is a homer team. It is a fastball hitting team. What it needs to be is a control the zone team at times. You got to be the team that can not have those starts like Friday, but in place of that, have those starts like Game 3 of the year where you go up against the same pitcher, Joey Cantillo, and you get him up to 80 pitches in 4 innings because you're just working the longest at bats possible, and you have that confidence in the back of your mind. The hits are going to come, the runs are going to come. All the offensive production is going to come, but it begins with control the zone. So, I mean, for the Mariners, today, going with this game with Gavin Williams, about to start the 2nd inning, JP got a hit in the 1st inning, had some good expected batting averages from him and Josh Naylor. But going into this game and going through this game against Gavin Williams, rebound versus the curveball by controlling the zone. I know it's easier said than done. If these guys, could just decide that and do it, they would do it. But you need to shift some things around to make that the starting point. And then once you're in the fifth inning and you get the bases loaded, or once you've got once the turnstiles are moving on the bases on the base paths, that's when you can start really swinging and pressing and being like, okay, now's the time to get my home run that I have been waiting for all week. Now's the time to try to really pad the stats or whatever. But yeah, I think that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about from yesterday's game. Cal Raleigh up now in the top of the second inning. Not doing a watch along for this game, so going to go ahead and talk to you guys later. But remember, as long as you go 1-0 every pitch, stay stoic, and give all glory to God, you can't lose. I'll see you guys later. Go M's.